Yeah, Billy fucking my cat. It's my chicken. I paid for it.
Quiet on the set. Shut the up.
Do you want to go first? Do I want to go first? We'll let the gun decide. You're going first.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Spade Life Podcast. We are here with a special guest. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Chris, and I'm from the amazing channel of Utobok. That is just the absolute greatest invention ever known besides the light bulb.
So that means, everybody, we are here with the second half of Utobok. We already had an interview with Jeremy, and now we are here, and we're going to have the second half of Utobok and have our another podcast.
Yeah, it's like the other half of the Oreo, you know?
Exactly. So, if people may not have heard the first one, why don't you go ahead and explain what your channel is based on?
Okay, so, our channel is basically just a huge mashup of what we love to do. So, like, I can actually give you a whole rundown of the history of our channel a little bit, but let me just tell you what it's about.
Do the rundown. Just do the rundown.
Alright, let's do the rundown.
We got time.
Hey, you know what? Perfect. So basically what happened is, my friend Jeremy and I, we're best buds. He's like a brother to me. So I've known this guy since like 7th grade, and we kind of like split apart for a little bit. We didn't talk to each other that much for about a year, and then we started playing video games together again. And one night on GTA, and I'm like, we're talking, and I'm like, yo, dude, like we're fucking funny, like let's do something with this. So that same night, he came over to my house. I gave him my address because I moved. And he came over to my house, and we made a YouTube channel, and that's Utobok right there. That's basically the story of our love child.
Okay, I got questions because you just gave them to me in my head from your story.
Perfect.
Number one, in that year when you two weren't talking, what happened?
So, Jeremy and I went to middle school together, we went to high school together, but he moved to a different high school during, I believe, the end of his freshman year or sophomore year. And then, like, when somebody moves away, you try to keep in touch, but then, like, you kind of split apart, and then you stop talking and stuff like that. So that's what happened. And then I really don't remember how we, like, started up again. That's the weird part.
So it was just a natural drift away. Just one of those things that happen in life sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And then, and his aunt had gotten a hold of my phone number, and she found out that we were talking, and, she invited me, and this is I love this story. So she invited me to this house, and all of his friends were there, except I hid till the very end. All of a sudden, I pop out, and we're like, yo, the forces have aligned, the stars in the sky are spelling out a name, let's do something.
So where were you hiding the whole time?
I was, like, hiding behind some wall. I don't know. We're big guys. Like, Jeremy's, I think, 6'5", I'm 6'2". Easy for us to hide.
So Utobok is a giant channel.
Literally, it is. Like, within the past 4 years, my shoe size has probably gone up like 4 sizes, maybe.
How are you still growing?
I don't know. It's the water. I think it's Flint, Michigan, or something.
That starts to get scary after a while when you get to a certain age and you're still growing.
It does, because then I'm gonna think I'm like the white Andre the Giant or something like that.
Well, technically, Andre the Giant was white, even though he was French.
He was French? I thought he was like Cambodian or something.
No, he was a big, giant French guy.
That makes it even better. He never surrendered.
Well, if they would have had him for their defenses, maybe none of them would have surrendered.
Exactly. You know, like the wall that they put up, he could have just been the wall. That way, Germany would never have gotten around that.
Yeah. Instead, he decided to go wrestle.
That's true. And play as a giant in The Princess Bride.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Oh my God, that movie's fantastic.
Princess Bride references. Never before on the Spade Life podcast has there been Princess Bride references.
There's going to be a lot of firsts tonight, trust me.
All right, so what was my second? Oh, okay, GTA.
Yeah.
Are you guys PS4 in it or are you Xbox in it?
So, okay, this has been a debate to me personally in myself for many years. So, my first console was actually a Dreamcast. Yeah, way back, Sega Dreamcast or Tomb Raider and stuff like that.
That's not too far back. My first system was Super Nintendo.
Okay, yeah. So I played a Super Nintendo every now and then. So then I got to PS2, which is fantastic. I still have it actually. I still play it. And then I got to the Xbox 360. Now here's where it gets weird. I like the PS3 more than the 360, but I like the Xbox One. Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, so like that's like basically that's it. Like I would rather like the first generation was 360s. It was PS3. And then the next generation, that's definitely Xbox One. Like, Xbox One definitely took the cake on this. Like, I don't care what anybody said. Okay, well, the only reason I would play PS4 is because of Jack and Daxter, but let's not get into that right now, because that'll take a whole other 30 years.
See, everybody's on the Xbox thing now. I switched to PS4 after my Xbox 360, and nobody, like, wanted to switch to PS4.
Yeah, so Jeremy actually has both consoles, and I think he plays the Xbox more.
See, I bought my PS4 because when I first saw it, I saw this game called The Last of Us, and it wasn't on my Xbox. So I was like, this is never going to be on my Xbox, but I really want to play this game. So the very first game I got when I got my PS4 was The Last of Us, and I still play that game. I still play that game till today.
Perfect. Now I'm going to go back to Jack and Daxter. Jack and Daxter, that's the same company that actually made the same game.
Oh.
And, yeah. Did you ever play that game, Jack and Daxter?
I played it way, way back.
Okay. Honestly, that's probably my all-time favorite game is that game right there. And they were going to make Jack 4, and there was development for it, but then they actually switched to The Last of Us.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's a weird switch.
Yeah, they gave up Jack and Daxter 4 for one of the greatest games ever made. Personally, I never played it.
You need to play it. The story alone in that game is just it is very interesting. Like, you might even cry while you're playing that game.
Honestly, I'm not sure if I've ever cried when playing a game.
That game gets deep. It gets real deep.
Okay, Okay. I cry sometimes during shows, and then I go when I brush my teeth, I look in the mirror, I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, it's a TV show, come on, man.
I've never personally cried, but like during like movies or TV shows or something, when something gets emotional and I see other people start crying, like I can feel it coming up, and then like I look at myself and I'm like, don't do this.
I'll be like, you better not. You're gonna get an ass whooping later if you cry. You're a man, damn it. You're a man.
Like, this is not you. This is not that time. Do not do this.
Okay, so probably the last show I got emotional to was The Office. I'm not gonna lie. I saw this. Okay, I finished it a while ago, but I saw the series finale again today because I was bored out of my mind, and I was just like, damn, this is an end of an era, you know?
Dude, I watch that show almost every day. Like,
Really?
I just keep watching it because it's hilarious. Now, I thought you were gonna say you cried when Steve Carell left the show, because that was a very sad moment.
That was a very sad moment. And, like, okay, first of all, I'm going to say this right now. I totally called that he was going to come back. I called it from the very minute he left.
Well, he's the best part of the show. It's his show.
It is his show. And then, like, he turned into, like, the sexiest man alive when he came back with the gray hair and stuff like that.
That's just like that 70s show. When Eric Foreman, you know, he's the main person of the show. He left for, I think, maybe 1 or 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But you just knew he was going to come back. And then you knew he was going to get back with Donna, because that's just what was going to happen.
Exactly.
Like, you can't just take the main character out and then never expect him to come back before the show's over.
Yeah. Like, you know, a lot of shows try to, you know, take the main characters out to create more of, like, a reaction. And it just never, where they always put them back, you know. They find a way.
Yeah, I mean, at least, like, for the last episode, at least. Or the last couple of episodes.
Exactly.
Because they're the main reason you started watching the show, so you might as well finish it off with them.
Like, you better bring them back or else I'm going to write a letter.
Unless they died or something, like in real life, then there's no reason why they shouldn't come back for the last couple episodes.
Yeah. I was actually watching a show recently, Spartacus, and the last season they changed the main character, and then I'm like, why the hell would they do this? What? Blah, 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 blah. And then I looked up, and I'm like, oh, he died.
Oh, okay. I'll give you a show. Here's a show.
All right.
This is one of the shows that is the exception. You start off with main characters, but they're never coming back, and that's Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Don't say anything. I haven't started season 7 yet.
I'm just gonna say they kill off everybody. Like from the very first season, like you have your main characters. A lot of those people
Everybody
die.
dies.
Yeah.
Everybody dies. Nobody is safe.
Yeah. I'm not gonna spoil season 7 for you because honestly, I stopped in the middle of it and I never turned it back on, and I don't know why.
I did that for a while. I do that for a lot of shows. Like now, first of all, I will never watch The Walking Dead again. That show is trash.
Thank you. Somebody agrees with me.
I personally, that show is the most repetitive shit I have ever seen in my life, and people don't realize it.
I mean, I saw it, like, the very first time I saw it, I was just sitting there, and I looked at it on the TV. Like, I wasn't even personally watching it. Somebody else was watching it, and I just looked at what they were watching. And it was the most cheesy-looking graphics and the dumbest-looking zombies in the world. And I was like, how do you like this show?
I mean, like, okay, so when I first started watching it, I was a kid, and every kid loves zombies. But then, like, I stopped watching it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to start watching this again because more seasons are on Netflix. Netflix was superior, and I haven't discovered Hulu or HBO yet. So, I stopped watching, and then the new 2 seasons came out, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to watch this. So I rewatched the first 2 seasons, and then I ended up doing that twice more, and then I'm like, this show makes me sick. I hate it so much.
That's how it, man. I couldn't even get through the first season, even if I tried.
It's really that bad to you?
I don't know. Maybe I should actually, like, sit down and watch multiple episodes.
I would tell you to do so, but at the end of the day, I would always recommend another show before that.
But I hate shows that have so much hype behind them. Like, what was that? It's in my head, and I know the characters, and I can't think of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
It had so much hype behind it, and everybody loved it so much, and I stayed away from it for so long.
Are you kidding me? That show is beautiful!
No, let me finish. And then I started watching it on Netflix. And then I got all the way to the last season, and then right in the middle of the last season, I stopped watching it.
No! What is wrong?
I mean, it was
What would you?
the ending of the whole show was already spoiled to me like a long time before that, so I already knew what happens. But
Oh no, my heart.
what is his name?
Walter.
No, the sidekick.
Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, Pinkman. He started getting on my nerves so much.
Oh god damn you! No, you gotta finish.
Okay, look, this part. This is the part where Pinkman was. This is the very last episode I was watching. Pinkman ran up to the dudes that were on the corner, and like he was like trying to start stuff with them, and I think they were about to shoot him, and then Walter like ran them over with his car, and like I was so frustrated all before that. I'm like, why don't you just either get rid of Pinkman or kill him?
Okay. I'm about to say something, and I may be wrong, but I also may be right. That was probably not the last season.
That's not the last season?
I'm dead ass. I think that was like the second season.
Oh, well, whatever season that... I started getting so frustrated with him, man. Like, when him and his girlfriend was in the bed, and they were about to choke and die, and then Walter just let her die, I was like, why don't you just let him die, too?
Well, wait a minute. I gotta figure out what episode that is, otherwise it's gonna dry. I have this problem where if I can't think of something, I will think of it for the rest of my life and never get it.
I think it was just Pinkman to that. Like, I liked him at the beginning, but then he started getting dumber and dumber.
Honestly, I personally think the show is fantastic.
It's a good show, though. It's a good show. It brought out emotion in me enough to make me hate things. So it's a good show. Any show that makes me feel something is a good show.
Anything that makes me feel emotion nowadays is worth it.
Make me feel human for 5 seconds, and then you're a good show.
I watched a mouse drown and I did nothing. Alright, you got any more questions? Let's do this.
Oh, we never even talked about YouTube, which is what we both are doing. We were talking about television, but
TV is fantastic.
Yeah, but okay, I talked to Jeremy a bit, and he mentioned something of paintballs and BB guns, and how he was shot with them. Were you also shot with them?
So, in a past episode of Utobok, by the way, I always had a really tough time spelling it, even though I'm the one that came up with the name. It's bad. So, there was an episode of Utobok where we played BB gun roulette, and basically it's what it sounds like. You spin a wheel, and there's a body part, and whatever it lands on, you have to get shot. And the person, there was also 2 missed shots, and there was a Jeremy's choice and a Chris's choice. And whoever got to 10 shots first had to get, unloaded upon with a fully automatic airsoft gun.
That sounds fun in a terrible way.
It was pretty fun because I won. It was definitely fun because, at the end of it, I got to shoot my friend in the back with a full round of ammunition.
I've started seeing a pattern lately. Does Jeremy lose a lot?
Okay, so I don't know what's happening, but so we had this. We used to we had a lot of videos before this last summer, and then we took them all down actually, and then we started uploading new ones. So before the little hiatus we had, he won almost every time.
And now he's just losing a lot.
And now he's just losing, and we don't understand why. I don't know, maybe I, took some Superman drugs. I don't understand it, but he must... Maybe we're not just doing enough challenges to where he can win. Maybe I'll give him, a basketball challenge or something like that.
You need to cater to what he's good at.
Exactly. I'm thinking of random challenges, and then... he used to be really good at the speed eating ones, and he would always kick my ass. Every single time, he would always beat me. I would never even be close. And now, I'm whooping it. Like, I bring my A game now.
Now, from what I hear, is that you're kind of the crazy one.
Would you care to explain?
Well, I asked him, I was like, usually in a group of two with this sort of channel, there's one that is like crazy and comes up with the craziest stuff and wants to do the craziest stuff, and then the other one's like, we might as well. And from what he told me, you are the crazy one.
So, yeah, I can attest to that. Like, we each have our own moments, but at the end of the day, I will probably come up with the most insane challenge, and like, he may not want to do it. Like today, I said to him, I was like, "Hey, let's actually play hot potato for a challenge." And then he goes, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's stick a potato in the oven, take it out, and it has to do something crazy." And he goes, "Chris, you're insane. I'm not burning my hands for you."
Who plays actual hot potato?
I don't know. Like, I don't see any problem with it. And, I mean, I've lit myself on fire before, so, like, it's nothing.
But how do you win that? Like, the potato's already hot.
So, like, so you know how, like, hot potato, you're supposed to pass it around and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So basically, like, we would take a potato, put it in, like, the oven or the microwave to where it gets, like, really hot, and we'd have to take it out and throw it to each other, and whoever drops it, like, let's say 3 times, has to, I don't know, damn, we gotta come up with more punishments. Like, we can't keep eating stuff.
Yeah, I've seen there's a lot of Bean Boozled eating for punishment now.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. That's probably my least favorite thing ever.
That's a very terrible punishment.
Bean Boozled is like my kryptonite.
But you don't have to eat them because you keep winning.
Exactly. So all I gotta do is just keep winning, and I'm good.
I think that's probably why you keep winning now, because you really don't want to eat Bean Boozled.
They're terrible. I've almost thrown up. He's, I think, thrown up. Bad stuff on this channel.
So where do you see? Oh wait, no. I had a question that I meant to ask him, but I didn't. So now that I have you on, I'm gonna ask you. What is Utobok?
Explain. Like, give me a. What do you mean?
What does the name mean? Where did it come from? Where did it originate?
So Utobok. So we were sitting at my desk, and we were just sitting there coming up with names, trying to think of anything we could that was unique. And God, the story's so stupid, but it's so funny at the same time. So we're sitting there, and we literally cannot come up with it. We're literally using bacon in the name. So I'm looking at this box on the desk, and it has the word Utopia on it. And I'm like, all right, let me try to, like, we could use Utopia, Utopia box, I'm literally taking the first words, and I'm like, Utobok. That's pretty unique, like, we could think of that. And literally, the name just came from looking at a box.
That's the type of story where, like, you ask a girl on the first date, like, hey, that's a nice tattoo. What made you get that? And then she's like, oh, I was really drunk one night, and my friend Becky threw up on my shoes, and then we all cried a little bit. So I got a star flower on my ankle to remember.
A star? Are you kidding me? I would draw a picture of somebody throwing up on my shoes.
It's one of those stories that really makes no sense, but it happened.
Exactly. Like, you know what? It happened. We're here. Let's just forget about it.
Like, it's done. The tattoo's there. The name of the channel's there. It's just what it is now.
It's you know what? Forget about it. We'll move past this and we'll get stronger.
So, okay, my next question was, where do you see you guys in, like, a year from now?
Where do I see us in a year? Hopefully grown exponentially. I would really like to see more of a following. Like, to me, YouTube isn't about like the money and stuff like that. You know, it's just really giving people something new to watch. Like everything that's out there now, it's old. Everybody's doing it. You know, like gaming. I personally love gaming. I wouldn't mind doing a gaming channel if it was just for fun. But like, there's all these makeup channels. Everybody's doing makeup. Everybody's doing vlogs. I've seen you do vlogs. Personally, I think they're hilarious.
You say my vlogs?
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
Okay. And I don't get many people who comment on my vlogs. I try to do them, but then I fall off of them because
I've seen some of your videos. Trust me, I've actually really laughed at them.
Oh, thanks. I hope that most people do laugh at them when they see them.
Yeah, exactly. No, so like we wanted to do something where not a lot of channels were doing. Like I really wanted to base our channel off of you ever heard of Good Mythical Morning?
But every day.
Perfect. You know what? You're another mythicality. So I love that channel, and I wanted to do something like that, but you know, that's more content rich.
Yeah.
In a way. Like, I know how they do, like, the tasting and stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, I could do that, but, like, a little element of danger here and there.
Yeah. No.
And something unique, you know? Like, I used to watch a channel called Dude, Where's My Challenge, and they do some pretty crazy stuff. This guy ate a cactus that had all the spines on it with his bare hands, so I'm like, okay, probably wouldn't do that, but you know what? Let's work our way up.
That's Super Saiyan Blue right there. You went all the way up.
That guy's insane.
Yeah. He skipped all the before stages and went straight to the end.
Exactly, and he did it again later, but put Carolina Reaper powder on there.
Why would you do it twice and make it worse?
I don't know, views.
That's not worth views.
It's for the views.
It's not worth it. That's like I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot for views. No.
I mean, we basically did that, but with not a real gun.
Some things just don't need to be things. Like, have you seen this new challenge? It's the condom snorting challenge. Like, why?
I remember that. That was like, what, a couple years ago, I think?
No, they brought it back. It's back now.
Oh, God, no.
That's the new thing now.
I was just getting into eating Tide Pods.
No, Tide Pods are out and snorting condoms are in.
God, now I gotta get back on eating Tide Pods, drinking Crisco, and snorting condoms.
Yeah, you need to dip your condoms in Crisco and then put a Tide Pod in it and then snort it.
Perfect. You know what? I gotta go make a video right now.
It's called the Triple Challenge. And then if you want to spice it up a little bit, throw a ghost chili pepper in there. There you go.
I'll put the powder on the condom and then snort it through my nose. The lube will make it stick.
That's called YouTube suicide.
That is called for the views.
What's the name of this video? I went to the hospital for the views.
Oh yeah, you know it. I'm just a fat Steve-O.
Oh, that would hurt so much.
It would really hurt. But no, like where I see myself is I just want people to know that there's something new out there, something entertaining that if they watch it and they laugh, they're not a bad person.
Oh God, the bad things though. When you feel like you're a bad person and you laugh at something, it's usually like the funniest thing in the world.
It really, like honestly, Jeremy and I have like no shame, and it's really bad when we're separate. But when we're together, it's terrible. Like we will get into a fight with somebody, no questions asked. We've almost gotten into one like recently.
You guys need to stop doing that. That is a bad habit.
It is a very bad habit.
And wind up somewhere you don't want with condoms being snorted up your nose.
You know what? Yeah, a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
I hope a man should never have to do that. Now, me personally, I have my main channel and I have this channel, the podcast channel.
Yeah.
Now, I'm hoping that I want my main channel to grow, of course, but I'm hoping my podcast kicks off so that it grows. So when I have new people on here, like, it helps them grow also.
Yeah, like this idea that you have of interviewing small YouTubers, it's first of all very unique.
It's genius.
Very original idea. I personally commend you for this. But like people should look more for this type of stuff. Stop following like big media people and just like search around, find something that interests them on a small channel and subscribe. It doesn't have to like share it around. Just personally, if you enjoy it, watch it.
Yeah. See, okay. Now, when I thought of this idea, I swear, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was at work and I was just bored. And I was like, because I was on the Facebook groups and I'm like, all these people showing their channels and stuff and nobody's paying attention to any of it. Even though they're on the same like Facebook page trying to share their stuff that nobody's paying attention to. So I'm like, I really want to do a podcast. What if I get small YouTubers on my podcast and then we help each other grow that way?
Yeah, it's like a mutual benefit.
Yeah. And then once my podcast grows more and more, everybody I get on there are guaranteed to get like at least 50 to 100 more people who know what their channel is.
Yeah, hopefully. Like, even one would be amazing.
Yeah. Like even
it works.
Yeah. Even if they get one new subscriber from it, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Just help people out. That's the way I see it.
And that was my plan. So hopefully that plan works out in the long run.
I'm sure it will.
I just got to stick to it because sometimes I get lazy. Kind of like yesterday. Like I fell asleep and then I was like, I really don't want to do anything else but sleep right now.
Yeah, I feel you. Like last night I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go play some video games instead.
But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say next, but I'm pretty sure something new will come to me in 5 seconds.
3, 2.
I said 5. 1. You started at 3.
10.
So how much of a nerd are you?
I'm up there. Like, there's some people that I know that are more than me, but it depends on what it is. Like history, I love it. Video games, love it. Movies, especially.
Let's dive into movies.
Yeah.
I like the way I said that. That's weird.
I'm ready.
I like the way I said that. That's egotistical.
You know what? As long as you just don't stand in the mirror every day and do some Johnny Bravo shit, you're okay.
So, what's the last movie that you guys caught up on?
The last movie that he and I watched together, the last movie that I personally have seen.
Well, personally, what's the last movie that you went to go see? Like, you went to the movie theaters to go see.
I think it actually might have been Black Panther.
Nice. Wasn't that movie awesome?
That movie was so sick,
That was a great...
That was literally a fantastic movie. I don't care what anybody says. Wakanda for life. I'm getting that fucking tattoo.
I forgot about the Avengers when I saw that movie.
I personally, this may piss a lot of people off for whoever's watching or listening or however you do this. I don't like Captain America at all.
That's a strong opinion right there.
I think he's a pussy, honestly.
I don't care either way about Captain America. How about I put it that way? Like, I don't hate him, but I don't love him. Like, he's just
on the side of Tony Stark.
He's there. He's just there.
Like, yeah, he's just there. Like, there's a lot of people I would pick before I'd pick Captain America.
I was about to say I would watch Hawkeye do stuff than watch Captain America do stuff.
I mean, personally, yes, because Hawkeye seems to be a lot funnier.
Yeah. But the Infinity War is about to come out, and honestly, Captain America looks kind of badass.
With his, like, dark suit and, like, silky smooth hair.
Yeah, and his two arm things that turn into whatever they turn into.
He looks like a real man now.
Yeah, he looks like he grew up and he became a man.
He looks like he became Captain Universe or, like, Captain Democracy of the Philippines.
But you know what the switch of that is? Now he's not Captain America anymore.
What is he?
He has a new name in the new movie.
Oh, God.
I forget what it is, but he is no longer Captain America.
There's a comic. I shit you not. There's a comic where Captain America is actually Captain Nazi. I am not joking with you. He became a Nazi.
That is terrible, because that's what he fights.
And personally, I think it's a lot funnier.
And then
I have a sick sense of humor. I am not ashamed of it.
And then Red Skull was secretly an American.
You know, like red, white, and blue. Yeah, exactly.
This whole time we were on the wrong side.
The whole world just got shook.
Oh no. Now I'm about to say something controversial about another superhero.
Do it, let's go.
The power movement of DC, the main ship. What?
Yes.
What they call the best DC movie that has came out so far, that has saved DC. Wonder Woman was boring as crap.
Okay, hold on. let's backtrack a little bit. She's hot though.
She's hot. No doubt about it.
Let me rephrase that so the whole like fucking feminist movement doesn't come and skin me alive. She's a beautiful woman, and she's the leader of the Amazons. I can see what you mean, that it was kind of boring. Personally, I went to go see the movie just for the fact that it was during World War One. And the fact that it was a superhero movie, like, kind of made it better, but I was more for the historical part, because I don't like DC Comics except Batman. Christian Bale is the best Batman. I'm putting that out there right now. Anybody who disagrees with me can write me a letter at 301. I don't care. But Batman's the only DC superhero that I like, really.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you why, but then I'm going to tell you something else first. Okay, I love Batman. Batman's awesome. But if you put Joker in any movie in the entire world, I'm going to watch it.
Oh yeah, no question asked.
Like even if Batman has nothing to do with that movie and it's Joker, I'm going to watch it.
Okay, rest in peace Heath Ledger, but if he just did a solo Joker movie, holy Christ, that would probably be the best superhero movie.
And if he did it like the way that movie was, like he was doing like bank heist, that would have been an awesome movie.
Like Joker, Cesar Romero, I think that's his name, Cesar Romero. He was like just this wacky criminal, and then Jack Nicholson was like the gangster. Heath Ledger was the sociopathic, like, dude that just didn't give a shit about anything. And that's the best Joker out there.
Yeah. I really wanted the new Joker to be better.
I thought it was Suicide Squad. My favorite character was Diablo, because, you know, fire is awesome. But that movie just could have been a lot better.
My favorite character was Harley Quinn, because she's hot.
You know what? I can't argue with that there.
And for some reason, I love crazy chicks.
Okay.
Just gotta throw that out there.
Alright, you know, I can respect this.
Something about crazy chicks. Maybe because I grew up with a bunch of crazy chicks.
I grew up with No, I have a sister, and that's it.
Yeah, I grew up with a bunch of crazy chicks.
And people in my schools and our schools are just insane.
Yeah. I grew up with chicks that, like, carried razor blades in their mouth just in case.
Holy Christ.
Yeah. They were the
I've done a lot of stupid shit in the past, like, trust me, like, I got $200 stolen from me, and this is at school, somebody broke into my locker, and I punched the locker so hard that I, like, dented it, and it broke off.
But did that hurt them?
You know what? I hope it did.
Like you hit your locker so hard that they felt it.
You know what? In the words of Everybody Hates Chris, I will slap them so hard into next week.
Wow. You threw a Everybody Love Chris reference in there. That's
exactly,
also never been done on the podcast before.
Still got more first to come. How much time we have left?
Well, your Captain America shaming was also a first, so.
Boom! There you go. Three so far.
Let me spin back real quick.
Alright.
Wonder Woman, the movie. Yeah. I'm gonna throw something at you that may make you change your mind completely about that movie.
Okay.
Wonder Woman was the exact same movie as Captain America, just with a female role.
Son of a bitch. The mind has been fucked.
I destroyed it now.
I don't think I can even go to class tomorrow.
People are like, why haven't you been to school in a week? He fucked my mind.
There's literally nothing there. Calculus can wait. I must see this.
Like nothing exists anymore. This is all fake.
I'm just rocking in the...
Your brain has fell into the Matrix.
I've actually never seen that movie.
You've never seen The Matrix?
I own it, and I've never seen it.
Well, only watch the first one. The rest, well, the second one you can watch too, but then just run away from it.
I've seen a lot of classics, like I've seen Streetcar Named Desire. My favorite movie is actually The Godfather, but there are certain movies that I have never seen, and people hate me for it. I have never seen any of the Lord of the Rings.
Okay, I don't care about those. I think I've only seen half of one of those.
I've only seen the first Hunger Games.
Yeah, that movie sucks also.
Oh my god, you're just throwing it, man. I haven't seen I haven't seen any of The Matrix. I haven't seen Blade Runner.
I can't give you a correct. I've never seen Blade Runner, so I can't tell you if it sucks or not.
A lot of movies. I haven't seen a lot of the classic. Like I've never seen Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty.
Well, there's so many Cinderellas. You've never seen one of them?
No, I haven't seen one of them.
That's crazy.
I've never seen one of them, and honestly, I don't care.
I mean, it's the same story over and over again, but you're not missing anything. Just a chick with a pumpkin.
Exactly, like, okay, she lost a shoe. It's basically every other girl's weekend.
And then he stalked her. It's a story about a stalker.
It's a story about a stalker that actually has a happy ending where they get together.
Or does they? Or do they? Did I just say does they?
Maybe it's like Stockholm Syndrome or something like that.
Yeah, just like Beauty and the Beast. That was Stockholm Syndrome.
Yo, basically!
She fell in love with her captor.
Yeah, okay, I shouldn't say anything because my girl loves that movie, but like, yo, that's
yeah,
Stockholm Syndrome,
exactly.
Bestiality up the ass.
Yeah, exactly. That's both of those. It got double deep.
Yo, you got double mind kablamo.
Yeah, nobody ever even thought about that until right now.
Exactly. Yo, okay, ready? I'm about to do another controversial thing. Ready?
I'm ready.
Getting kicked in the balls is worse than giving birth. You want to hear my reasoning for this?
Sure.
hear a woman. You never hear a guy say, "Kick me in the dick again."
That's true. But I've seen a lot of videos where guys just get hit in the balls on purpose.
And you know what? When our channel gets to that point, I'll give you a call again.
Like, hey, you know what? I just thought of a cool new idea. Let's hit each other in the balls on purpose.
I will give you a sledgehammer and just do with what you want.
That's the extreme version.
Break my legs just like in the movie Misery.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, like, I'm trying to think of, like, one thing I wouldn't do, but there's honestly a lot I would do.
That sounds like a girl you want to go on a date with. There's so many, I'm trying to think of something I wouldn't do. Like,
you know what?
Let me take you to dinner.
Let me take you to dinner. Let me take you to a movie. You know, we can go to like a nice crab shack. You know,
do whatever. It's gonna be a fun night.
No, like I'm trying because like I remember the podcast with Jeremy. He goes like, yeah, the one thing I probably wouldn't do is I probably wouldn't get hit by a car. And I'm like, yeah, I'd probably do that.
You know, thinking of that, I probably would get hit by a car too. Like, okay, if it was like in the right environment and somebody showed me properly how to get hit by a car, I think I would do it. Like stuntman type thing.
Exactly. You know, I wouldn't mind being a stuntman.
Yeah.
I could be like a stuntman for Jonah Hill if he would stay the same weight for once.
You're going to have to go on each of his diet plans as he goes on them.
I wouldn't mind that, but I would have to stay skinny because I've been fat way too long and I gotta change the shit. You
can be his stunt double to what the hell? Is it Monster Ball? That's a different movie, isn't it?
Moneyball?
No, not Moneyball. Wolf of Wall Street. Boom.
I love that movie.
You can be a stunt double for that with all the sex and cocaine.
I would love. I wanted to be an actor for so long. Like, I thought about being a comedian for a while. Oh, that would be so cool. I
heard that you guys were thinking of starting to do skits.
That is true. I've actually, so most of our we're actually showering, but not together, but that's another talk for later.
Wait, what? I think I missed something. What happened?
But, don't worry about it. That's for the fan fiction. No, so we were talking recently, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I just thought of this great idea, while I was showering, and he goes, get out, I think of them in the shower too. I'm like, what if we showered together? We could, solve cancer or something.
Call it Utobok Showers.
That's our podcast. shower with half of an Oreo. Shit, I forgot the question. What was it? What was I talking about?
You guys doing skits.
Doing skits, that's right. No, so I thought of a couple ideas recently, and I'm like, these are easy enough to where we could definitely do them, and I would not mind doing them at all, because I would always love to do, acting and stuff like that.
Yeah. I got a couple of skits written down right now that I'm supposed to be doing this week, and I keep trying to find the motivation to do them.
I got one written down a day ago, and personally, I think it's fucking hilarious.
Here's one that everybody's gonna hear for the first time. I think.
Ooh, you know what? Another first.
I think. I don't know if I said it before, but I'm doing a trailer about Killmonger. It's not Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger. It's just the name Killmonger itself. But it's like, what if Killmonger was right? And then there's a new hero forming who's taking the form of Killmonger, but as a hero.
Yo.
And as soon as I record that, I'm going to put it up.
Do it, yeah. That'd be really interesting.
Because I already wrote out the entire script for it. I just need to actually record it.
Voiceovers make me want to die. I hate doing voiceovers because I had to do a project recently where I had to create a movie from scratch, and the entire movie was pictures, and I had to do voiceovers for the entire thing. And when I would mess up, I would have to start it all over. And you could hear me screaming from the hallway because I would do the same thing over and over again. And if you were to go back and look at the failed recordings, it would all end with me going, fuck, fuck.
I don't know. With me, for some reason, like when I do voiceovers or when I do a skit or whatever, I usually just do it in one take.
Hey, you know what? One take, that'll get everything done at once.
It's like when I turn it on, it's just there. Like,
yeah.
There's no second take or anything. It's just, boom, I did it.
And you know what? You'd probably be the easiest actor to work with then.
Probably would. I wish somebody would see my channel and be like, hey, can we use you? And I'm like, hey, pay me. Kind of like that woman we were talking about earlier.
Which woman?
The one who does anything but doesn't know what she won't do.
Exactly.
Yeah, just pay her.
Oh God. Oh God, the lady of the night.
We're bringing more elements to this fictional lady.
Next thing you know, she won't Wall Street. Why not? she is the broker.
Yeah, she also does coke.
Oh my!
Because that's one of the things she will do. Because we don't know the things that she won't.
Just, my daily routine results in just a little snort of cocaine each day. And in one day, it'll get to 2 snorts.
That's living right there.
It's living when you just don't care anymore.
That's when you have goals. Like one day it'll be 2 snorts.
Dude, I can't wait till it.
And then you can only go up from there, I guess, or down. I don't know.
That's the way you see it.
You go left from there.
Yeah, left is good. So let's just go left.
Just keep going left from that moment on.
Eventually, you'll come around.
Never go right again. Can you imagine if a person, for like a week, only took lefts in life?
Like, they just only turned left?
Yeah, like if you're walking down the street, you only turn left, and then if you're driving, you only turn left.
I don't think you would get anywhere with that.
You get somewhere, but is it where you want to be? Or get this, ready for this?
Oh yeah.
Is it
unleash it?
Is it where you were meant to be?
Boom! Hiroshima in my skull.
It got deep.
Got real deep. Got like super borehole deep. Yeah. Have you heard of that? The super borehole?
No. What is it?
Okay. So the super borehole was a Soviet experiment that took place where they literally just dug straight into the Earth's crust. Like it was just a giant hole. Like here, let me look this up. Super borehole. Cora super deep borehole. Hold up. And it's the deepest hole. It's the deepest artificial point on Earth that is, and it reached 40,230 feet.
Well, that's a deep hole.
That is a very deep hole.
Also, do you ever notice that no good sentence starts off with a Soviet experiment?
Yeah, that's probably why, that doesn't happen anymore. Speaking of that, did you just hear that massive sound?
What was the massive sound?
I don't know. It sounded like something just tried to penetrate my eardrums.
Oh, I might have pressed something on my phone. It was the massive eardrum sound.
Oh, okay. Just to make sure I wasn't going insane yet. I still got a couple years.
Yeah, it purposely penetrates everyone's eardrums when I press the button.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
That's just the way people have got to live, with penetrating eardrums. It's called ear holing.
It's called ear holing.
Yeah.
And that started as a Soviet experiment.
You know what? Yes, they just took a little ice pick and went through the eardrum, and then that's how they decided to dig into the earth.
Like, if we can do this with an eardrum, what could we do to Earth?
Yo, we'll penetrate the earth. And then that reminds me. I saw this meme where this guy was in India, and no, a guy was in America, and there was a guy in India, and the guy in America Facebook messaged the guy in India, and he goes, "Hey, throw a piece of bread on the ground." And he goes, "What?" And he goes, "Just go outside and throw a piece of bread on the ground." And he goes, "Okay," and take a picture of it. He took a picture of the bread. The other guy took a picture of a slice of bread on the ground. He goes, "Boom, earth sandwich." Legit, I want to do that.
And take a bite out of that.
I mean, I've eaten some pretty nasty stuff. I wouldn't mind.
Oh, it would taste like so many different flavors. Chinese food.
Chinese, Indian food. Indian food I could do without.
You don't like Indian food?
I don't like Indian food.
You don't like curry?
Nah.
And you don't like spicy stuff? Is that the problem?
Oh no, I love spicy stuff, but like Indian food just has that taste and smell that just gets to me.
I hear that Indian food's the type of food that goes straight to your butt. Like, it goes straight to and out of your butt.
You know what? I've eaten so many of that food. I think I had some of that today because my stomach is killing me. But I just don't want to mess with that. Like, I was listening to another podcast, and this guy used to work for
Oh no, the beeping and the booping.
Hello?
You still there?
Yeah.
Alright, this one guy used to work for what now?
He used to work for an apartment complex that the apartments were the company.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Indian people love Honeywell. So they're all working for them. So this Indian family moved into the apartment complex, and when they moved out, the toilet was gone. They literally took the toilet out and just shat down a hole. And then in my head, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Was there a purpose for that, or it's just their preference?
I mean, personally, I enjoy a nice, soft toilet bowl where I could just sit there, put my iPad up, and watch, some Chowder or whatever, one of the kids shit I'm watching.
You know what? This is about to be another podcast. First, we're about to talk about toilets.
Toilets, let's do it.
I saw this.
My favorite.
Wait, okay, go ahead.
My favorite toilet's the one that sprays the shit back out of your butt. But yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, bidet. Yeah.
I used to have one of those, and I never knew what it was until I grew up.
Did you use it?
I peed in that. I thought it was a urinal. I used to piss in that thing, and then I'm like, yo, water comes out. Let me drink that.
You pee in it, and then it pees back at you.
Yeah, it's a mutual pee.
Yeah, you guys pee together. You pee with your urinal.
Yeah, I hold my urinal's hand, and then I pee. And then we sort of fight, but that's another story.
But I saw this one toilet that when you enter the bathroom, the toilet censors you. Like, it senses you. It doesn't censor you. Like, it makes your penis pixelated. But it senses you, and it, like, opens up for you. Like, as soon as you walk in there, like, the toilet be closed, and then when you walk in there, it opens up for you. And then it like, says your name, and then the seat warms up.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about a warm seat.
Man, you never sat on a warm seat before?
No, because usually that means another person was there, and I don't want their butt on my butt.
They have heated toilet seats, man.
You think I have that money to buy a heated toilet seat?
Yes.
I keep my room at 65 degrees. I ain't paying for heat.
No, like, okay, if you sit on a regular toilet seat, like, your butt's usually gonna get cold. But if you sit on a warm toilet, you don't even want to get up anymore.
Bro, for me, honestly, I could use that because I take like a half-hour shits.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You take that half an hour with a warm butt, and then after the end of that, it squirts water up your butthole.
But like up in there, or just like around the rim?
No,
around the.
It gets up in there. It gets deep. It gets deep up in there.
So you like to get the water like pound.
Well,
in your wrinkle penny.
I've never personally had it, but I don't see a bad thing about it.
But then, like, you just gotta sit there and drain it out, or you gotta stick a plunger up your ass.
No, it shoots the water. It doesn't shoot up that far.
You told me it goes super deep in there.
It gets deep. It gets deep, but it all comes back out on its own, like regularly.
I feel like
you don't need
it's gonna be like a little tap that's not screwed all the way, so it's just drip.
No, how does your butthole work? Do you shoot things up your butthole and then they get stuck up there? That's not how butts work.
That's how tight it is.
That's a whole different podcast.
That's the late night podcast with Spades.
The name of that podcast is "How Tight Is Your Butthole?" Or here's a better one. What's up with your butt? There you go.
What's up with your butt?
That's the new podcast. Comes on every Thursday, guys, on this channel. It's called "What's Up with Your Butt," where we find out. It's where we find out what's up with your butt.
Like how much stuff can you just put in there? Is it like another coin purse or something?
No, that's a different.
Got a roll of pennies.
That's a different day. That the name of that one is called "How Much Can We Put Up Your Butt?"
Is your ass an ATM?
Yeah. We got different days for different subjects. The first one was "What's up with your butt?" and the second one is
What's up in your butt?
What's up your butt?
Yeah, you see?
That's where we pull out things of your butt that you didn't even know were in there. We stuck them up there while you were asleep. And then when you wake up the next day and you come on the podcast, we have you bend over and we ask you the question, what's up your butt?
It's like you're playing Legend of Zelda and then you open up and da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
It was the sword. How did that get up your butt?
It was the Master Sword. Yeah, I knew you had it in there all along.
I knew. Like someone who's like your mentor. Like I knew it was in you all along.
You rascal, you.
Like, see, you've had it in you all this time. you didn't even know.
This spirit was in you all along, literally.
I told you were special.
You see, this is what happens. I told you to put handle first, otherwise it gets cut up.
It gets caught on the handle part because you put it in wrong.
Oh my god.
But now it's out, and now you have it.
And now you can fight Ganon.
Oh wait, look, there's something else. Is that a hamster?
Okay, I see we're going the Quagmire route.
There was extra stuff up there.
What is this? What is this?
Oh, I just thought of a new challenge for you guys' channel. It's called It's called What's Up Your Butt?
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna call Jeremy right now. Let's do this. Oh, you can like, it's, you can put you like put stuff over their assholes so you don't have to look at it. I can just put a watch right there.
And then you can get them with the challenge you had earlier, and then pull it out and be like, it was a hot potato up your butt. Don't drop it.
Don't drop it.
Like if you drop it, you gotta eat beans. Where are the beans? Where are the beans? They're also up your butt.
One by one, man. Not the whole thing, just one by one. It's like a dispenser. I punch you in the stomach and one comes out.
They were individually placed there, strategically.
Exactly.
Strategically, so that they fall one by one.
It's like Pez.
Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So this is the end of the Spade Life podcast for today. we are way over an hour already, and it only feels like we've been talking for like 10 minutes.
I know, for real. I could do this for like another 3 hours.
Oh, that was entertaining and very fun. You know, one day, in the future, I would like to have both of you on here at the same time and see what happens.
Honestly, I don't know what would happen. I think we would have another war, maybe. Then, like a black hole would just happen.
Like a black hole just opened because of this podcast.
Like, I remember I was watching a show where these two friends were inseparable, and then when the teacher put them across the room, like, the space-time continuum just exploded.
Oh, and then you can find stuff up their butt.
And then there were fewer.
Like, where'd this butthole come from? Where'd this black hole come from? Up his butt.
It is the black hole.
It is. Stuff goes in. Except stuff goes in, but you can get it back out if you try. If you try hard enough.
Sometimes I call Jeremy the black hole because he can just eat anything.
I don't know how people would feel about that nickname. Like, hey, here's my friend. I call him the black hole.
I call him the black hole, and he calls me the white devil. You know what? We're all good. We're all good in the hood.
That's terrible. But
oh god.
Hey man, it was real cool having you on here, man.
It was my pleasure, bro.
It was a lot of fun and a lot of weirdness and a lot of first.
A lot of first, trust me. If we do this again, there's gonna be even more.
Yeah, we look forward to doing this again in the future.
Oh yeah.
But today we shall end it. Sadly, after talking about stuff that's up people's butts. And we will go ahead and if they haven't heard it before, they're gonna hear it again. Give them all your social media and where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Alright guys, so as you know, this channel is on YouTube at Utobok. It is Utobok. I hope to God I spelled that right. You can find us on Instagram. What is that? I don't know actually. I don't know our own social media. I think Twitter is at Utobok the Real. Instagram is the Real Utobok, and Facebook I think is just Utobok channel. Go look for us on there. Go check out our YouTube. That's mainly where we do all of our stuff. Like, favorite, subscribe. Comment. We love interacting with our fans. Clearly, we love interacting with people. And that's basically it, man. You do your outro. Let's hear this. Let's hear this beautiful voice.
All right, but first, I'm gonna put I'm gonna put your channel link in the description so that they are linked to you and can find you more easily, just in case you spell that incorrectly.
I probably did, knowing me.
But yeah, now I'm gonna end out mine. You have just listened to the Spade Life Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you all on the flip side. 'Cause I'm out.
Sounds like dial-up.